The British royal family has once again found itself under the watchful eyes of the public. This time, the occasion was one of great solemnity. The funeral of the Duchess of Kent, a woman remembered for her dignity, kindness, and remarkable contributions to both the monarchy and wider society. While the service itself was deeply respectful, it also highlighted a number of complex family dynamics. Most strikingly, the presence of Prince Andrew raised questions that have long lingered since his withdrawal from public life. How would he be received? How would his family respond to him standing among them on such a historic day? The service was attended by nearly the entire royal family. King Charles was there, leading the family during this solemn occasion. Alongside him stood the Prince and Princess of Wales, Princess Anne, the Duchess of Edinburgh, and other members of the family. Notably absent was Queen Camilla. She had been expected to accompany the king, but Buckingham Palace confirmed she was unable to attend due to acute sinusitis. Her absence was regrettable, but the king carried out his role with composure. The service itself was steeped in tradition and reverence. Yet, amidst the formality, the presence of Prince Andrew was impossible to overlook. For many watching, it was a reminder of the uneasy position he now occupies, still a son of the late Queen and brother to the King, yet without a formal role within the institution.
Observers noted that Prince Andrew positioned himself between King Charles and Prince William during parts of the proceedings. For some, this appeared to be an attempt to reinsert himself visually into the heart of the family. The expressions on the faces of Charles and William, however, suggested discomfort. Lip readers later claimed that Andrew leaned towards the Prince of Wales and remarked, "Oh, haven't we had a good time?" An unusual and ill-timed comment, if accurate, given the solemn nature of the occasion. Equally telling was the body language of the Duchess of Edinburgh's Sophie. Standing nearby, she avoided eye contact with Andrew. Subtle as it was, the gesture did not go unnoticed by commentators who described the encounter as strained. It has been said that Prince Andrew is a man in exile. Following the controversies that engulfed him in recent years, he has been stripped of his military affiliations and has ceased to undertake public duties. For a once senior royal, the fall has been dramatic. Yet a funeral for a close family member cannot exclude him. He remains, after all, the king's brother. In this lies the dilemma: how to acknowledge his presence without allowing it to overshadow the moment. For Andrew himself, this was one of the first high-profile gatherings he has attended since stepping back from public life. Whether consciously or not, his appearance alongside the king and the heir to the throne gave the impression of an attempted return to visibility. To understand the significance of this funeral, one must reflect on the life of the Duchess of Kent herself. She was, by all accounts, a woman of deep compassion and humility. Her most public role was as a patron of Wimbledon, where, in 1993, she embraced a distraught Jana Novotná following her defeat by Steffi Graf. The moment, shocking in its departure from royal protocol, revealed her warmth and humanity. Later in life, she stepped quietly away from royal duties. She worked as a music teacher, insisting on being known simply as Mrs. Kent. For more than a decade, she taught children in an ordinary school environment, showing that service can take many forms. Her passing marked the end of a life that combined tradition with quiet independence. It was her dignity that provided the backdrop to the more difficult family dynamics observed on the day of her funeral. Also present was Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York. Though divorced from Andrew for many years, she continues to attend certain family occasions, and her presence at the funeral did not go unnoticed. She appeared comfortable, even cheerful, a striking contrast to Andrew's evident unease. For many observers, it was another example of the unusual dynamic between the former couple. Fergie, though no longer a working royal, has retained connections and often appears to navigate these occasions with greater ease than Andrew himself. Among the public, Prince Andrew's attendance was met with little sympathy. Social media commentary was swift and critical, questioning his decision to stand so prominently. For many, his presence was a reminder of the scandals from which the monarchy has worked hard to distance itself. Opinion polls continue to reflect his unpopularity, with calls for him to remain firmly in the background. The contrast between his attempted visibility and the public's clear disapproval underscores the difficulty of his position. This incident touches on broader questions about the monarchy itself. King Charles has spoken often of a slimmed-down royal family, one focused on duty and service. The inclusion of Andrew, even at a funeral, runs counter to this narrative. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex continue to shape their own path, with reports of new commercial ventures. Between Andrew's exile and Harry and Meghan's independence, Charles and William face the challenge of steering the monarchy's image through turbulent waters.
So, was Prince Andrew iced out? The evidence suggests he was. Though physically present, he received no warmth, no public embrace from his family. He stood among them, but apart. The avoidance of eye contact, the stiffness of posture, and the expressions on the faces of Charles and William all spoke volumes. The Duchess of Kent will be remembered for her quiet strength and service. Andrew, by contrast, will be remembered for the awkwardness he introduced into a solemn occasion. In the end, he was there, but he was not included. The funeral of the Duchess of Kent was a moment of history, marking the end of a long and distinguished life. It also served as a reminder of the challenges the modern monarchy faces. For Prince Andrew, the message was unmistakable. He remains a member of the family, but not of the institution. He may appear at family events, but the doors of public life remain firmly closed to him. In time, history will judge both the Duchess of Kent and Prince Andrew very differently. One will be remembered with admiration, the other with controversy. Yet both, in their own ways, reflect the complexities of life within the House of Windsor.